This is the last episode.
So cool. There's Signal getting into Pro Tools. I'm still learning this here diddly dangy board. Whoa, I feel like it didn't fade out.
Oh no, it didn't. It just played full volume and then it just cut.
Yeah, weird. All right. Because it said I see fades, but it didn't fade. Anyways, this is the last episode podcast. My name is Lewis.
I'm Andres.
Yeah. And man, boy oh, we have an episode to talk about. What? We have words to say.
We do have an episode to talk about. We have a part 1 to talk about.
We do. So,
but that'll be in part 2.
Okay, we're gonna talk about Avengers.
Yeah,
it'll be at the end. It'll be like second half of this podcast.
I'm really happy that the day because I saw it on Saturday.
Yeah,
same. It was literally on Friday. I said, okay, I have someone who wants to go see it, and then that fell apart like 3 times during Saturday.
Oh man!
And then we added 2 more people. Yeah. And then one person to back out. I was like, fuck it, we're seeing it like at 9:40.
Got it.
And it was packed because it's a Marvel movie.
Yeah. So we will talk about it. So
we'll wait till the end in case, because there are people that just haven't had a chance.
Yeah, it's still opening weekend. I mean, if you haven't seen it,
I don't want to do the thing of like you should have seen it. Whatever. It's like no.
If you want a spoiler for your review, real quick, literally the only thing you can say about this movie without spoiling is I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah, I had a really good time.
That's all you can say because there's so much. All right, so we'll talk about real quick. I want to talk about how I think I'm finally bored of The Division.
You finally found you're out?
I'm 90 hours into that game.
Okay. Did you stop where you think you would?
I stopped farther than I thought I would.
Okay.
So,
but was it kind of like just like a petering out, or is it like a, you know what? I think I'm not going to play anymore.
So this week has been a global event, for the first global event of the year.
Because that patched recently, right?
Yeah, it's so the global event, like any MMO RPG thing, where everyone kind of has like a bunch of different stat alterations, and you get extra points for doing certain things.
Yeah, you get like custom gear for this event. And
Yeah, and so I thought, man, I'm gonna be so excited to play this, and then I played it, and I was like, I think I'm done.
Actually, you're done with this gameplay.
Yeah, it was a good. It felt like a divorce where both parties are totally fine with it.
Not in California though.
Yeah,
you got to take your stuff and leave.
Yeah, exactly.
Which was just your time.
Mm-hmm. So
okay. The second question then:
mm-hmm.
Are you gonna play 2?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Now, third question.
Yeah.
On release.
Most likely. It's the developers of the Division. It's published by Ubisoft, but like I can't remember the developer team, but the developers are really open and they seem to be really cool and totally community based now.
That seems to be a lot of Ubisoft's games that are not their super like their For Honor team is still going strong.
Yeah.
Rainbow Six Siege, look at it now.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I cannot believe how Rainbow Six where it's gone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because I remember
it's so popular now.
When it came out, the month it did, I was like, this game looks really awesome. And I was like, yeah, the game is good.
Yeah.
We have to give it like a 7 or whatever because the game is buggy. The servers are pretty terrible. Cheating is easy to do.
Mm-hmm.
But I remember the players, not the reviewers who stuck around, they said, we're going to stick with this game because developers said, if you just give us time, we'll do the best we can.
Yeah.
And after the first year, numbers were going up a little bit. Then they kept, okay, second year of content, and then third year, and they're doing more and more and more. And it's a giant game now.
Yeah.
I think it's like 6 million players active across all consoles or something insane.
I don't know the number. All I know is
it's big.
I see it on it's on like top streamed on Twitch.
Yeah,
this is the easiest way to see how active
launch
the game
year
is.
It was not.
No,
not even close.
I remember when that game came out, and I was like, "This looks cool, I guess." And then it died really quickly.
And then everyone I knew started playing it like the year after it came out.
Yeah,
because like, oh, it's cheap. Season 1, buy it for like an extra $10. Cool, and this game is actually really awesome.
Yeah, but no, I'm most likely gonna get the Division. I feel confident in the developers that they'll do a good job.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna just like blindly buy it. Like if there are obvious things that look bad, I won't get it.
Yeah, so you'll keep up on news and stuff.
Yeah, but so as of now, yes.
Now you have a reason to care about Ubisoft's conference because Division 2 will be there.
Yeah.
And I'll actually have to care because I'm actually interested in Division 2.
Yeah, it's
because I want Division 1 could have been an amazing game and it was not.
Yeah.
So I want 2 to kind of be that.
As long as Division 2, if Division 2 starts where Division 1 is now,
That's all it needs to do.
That's literally all it needs to do. It just be as
they
good.
They do not pull a Destiny 2 where they kind of have to.
They go backwards, kind of. Yeah,
they go backwards and go forwards in ways that aren't congruent.
Yeah, and then another thing that I was playing real quick. So a game came out that I totally forgot was coming out to the Switch. Naruto Ultimate Ninja Storm Trilogy.
Oh right, I forgot to tell you that that port got announced in December. I was like, you probably know about that.
Yeah, I know about I knew about it. I was excited about it, and then somehow I forgot.
Yeah, it came out last weekend?
Well, there was no press for it at all.
No, because it was just, hey, we're reporting it.
Yeah, and then
And that was months ago.
And then I just looked at the store, and I was like, oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Download only, no physical. There's a physical in Japan, but the importing and it's expensive.
Yeah. It's not that worth it.
It's not worth it. But I got it. I'm playing it. Runs perfectly. It runs. It's perfect 30 like it was on PS3 and Xbox 360. Really good, man. Because I never played those games really. Like my friend had them and I played them at their house, but I never owned the ones on the PS3. I own the PS2 ones. Man, I'm having a lot of fun. The first one is so like if you can buy them all separately or just get the trilogy. It's
all 3 of them, right?
Well, there's technically 5 games now, I think.
But for the Switch,
the first three are on Ultimate Ninja 1, 2, and 3. Pretty much 3 ends at the beginning of the like Great War or whatever. So
the Great Ninja War.
Yeah.
Which one ends at the Great T Race?
I don't know.
Do you even remember the fucking Great T Race filler?
No, man.
I do.
I skip fillers. When it comes to shipping, I skip fillers.
When I was a baby boy and it was on Toonami, I didn't know what the fuck filler meant.
Oh yeah. Well,
I just watched it.
Oh shit. My fucking mic. We all watched Hurricane Chronicles. We all watched 2 years worth of filler. That was all Hurricane Chronicles.
We all watched filler, the series known as Bleach.
Yeah. No. So the first, I would say if you're looking at these games for just game and you already care about Naruto, just skip the first one if you've never played them, because the first game does not hold up very well.
It's just because it's been such a long time.
It's broken. The substitution system is bad. It feels janky. It's fun, but it's janky. And
it's always been a shame that Naruto is like one of the big series that actually got good games.
Yeah,
but the other ones,
I know there are better. This isn't to hate on Naruto, obviously, because I enjoy Naruto a lot. A lot of people do. There's a reason it's popular.
I like a good bit of early Naruto.
Yeah, you get it.
Oh no, I get it. After being growing up and looking at it now that it's done, not counting Boruto. Oh, I totally get it.
Yeah,
like I love Kishimoto's art style. Well, before he got kind of lazy because he was dying, which I feel bad that he had to die to finish that series.
Yeah,
basically.
Yeah,
but no, there are some great ideas in that series.
It's for that kind of shonen,
and it's open for a really really good games.
Yeah, for that kind of shonen, it was creative enough.
It made so many new ideas that everyone ripped it off later.
Yeah,
that's the mark of a good shonen, where everyone takes from it.
Yeah, exactly. That being said, there are definitely better series to have had games that
it's not even
quality.
I'm not even going to be that petty about it. Yeah. It's just there are animes that should get good games and they don't.
Yeah,
and that's weird.
I guess that's more what I mean.
That's really strange.
I pray for the day we'll get a good FMA game.
Oh, that one on the PS2 is so bad.
Yeah, I know.
Because when I finished it, I was like, wait, I want to look up that game that was the reason I knew about FMA in the first place. Oh, this game's bad.
Yeah.
It's mainly just cutscenes.
Yeah.
With shitty gameplay. And that's a bummer.
And
it's been an amazing action RPG.
Yeah, I
want to switch between Ed and Al while you're fighting and you level up. I've been great.
Yeah. There are so many cool ideas for that. Anyways, that's just my update. Any updates for you real quick before you move on to
I played Metal Gear 5. Well, excuse me, V. It's not 5, actually.
Is it actually technically called V?
Kojima says it's V.
God damn it. Whatever.
And that actually, for what the game is, it is V, not 5.
That matters?
It matters.
All right.
For the story, it matters.
Right.
I think I've locked in about, over
this
the
is
past
in the
3 weeks.
GIF situation.
No, it is. The creator said it's V and not 5, so that is what it is. That's just straight up what it is.
Okay. Anyways.
I put in about, I think, over the past month, maybe about 70 hours into it. Because I started fresh. Because I played that game on launch, and I was like, I need to come back to this later because of just the discussion between fans and all these kinds of things. Like, you know what? I'm just going to leave it, and I'll come back to it. And that game came out in 2015. Like, you know what? It's been long enough. The hype and discussion about it has kind of gone away. Let's look at it fresh. It's a really odd kind of game to officially leave the series on.
Okay.
Because there are huge chunks of that game that in another... Because it's kind of like a sequel to a spin-off game in the series, where some of the main missions in this game would have been side missions in that other one.
Weird.
But a good chunk of the main missions are that. Where they're not fully developed missions that are unique mechanics or interesting ideas. And that kind of makes the middle of the game sag a lot in terms of story. And then once you get to you get the first ending, and then you have to you have to play more to get to the second ending. And the second ending to get to it is you're replaying missions you already done, but with different rules. And I thought, this is kind of dumb filler. But then after like spending all this time in the game, the freedom that the game really you can use all kinds of guns, tools, whatever to get through the missions. But really, once you get down to it, the best way to play that game is non-lethal, the tranquilizer pistol silent, extract everybody back to your base, and that's it. All the different weird ways you can do it, you can do them, but they're suboptimal. Because if you kill somebody, that's a number you don't get back to add to your base. Or you get alerted. Like, it's really strange. Where they give you all these weapons and stuff to use, but until like you're kind of like at end game, you shouldn't be using them at all. Okay. It's a really weird way that the game is made.
Mm-hmm.
And I do kind of like because the ending is a twist, but you kind of see it coming. You just don't quite know what it is yet.
You know there is going to be a twist, but
it's really obvious that there's what the twist is. Like,
okay.
But what it entails is what you're kind of going for. And at first I kind of didn't like it, but then it made more sense. I kind of did like mental gymnastics and kind of like reflected on what the series is as a whole. But then I found out that obviously the game, once you get that truth ending, the game is very much unfinished.
Which I know people have been saying since it.
Yeah, and then there's the really obvious thing that came out was with the collector's edition of the game, there's a Blu-ray that comes with it, where it's like a behind the scenes like documentary. And then one of them is straight up just, okay, here's a cut chapter of the game, what it was going to be.
Okay.
And
okay, I remember this.
And that part of the game is so interesting.
Aw.
I guess, okay, minor spoilers on, it's not even like the ending of the game, it's like spoilers on like halfway through the game.
Minor spoiler for this halfway point
of a game that kind of doesn't have a great story.
Or of a game that came out a little bit ago.
Yeah. It was chapter 51 called Kingdom of the Flies, where the game pussies out on it, which sucks. There are child soldiers in that game. And it kind of pussies out on it of like going into more of what that could mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucks. But you end up picking up, it's not a spoiler. If you played Metal Gear, you know who the kid is. It's Liquid Snake. It's the villain from MGS1. It's a whole thing. But you meet him as a kid. And there's a point in the game after the first ending where you get the big Metal Gear, you get the big robot, he steals it with the child soldiers, and they fuck off. And in the actual game, that never gets solved. They don't resolve that. That chapter was going to be that. And what it is they go to a remote island full of like just soldiers.
Mm-hmm.
They kill them all with a virus because there's a virus that they use that is like very specific on how it can kill people. And they rule the island as kids, as child soldiers as kids with guns and robots. And they leave like the corpses of soldiers with traps to scare people away.
So it literally is Lord of the Flies.
It's Lord of the Flies, but
Metal
way
Gear.
fucking cooler.
Yeah.
Where they have big ass robots and kids walking around with machine guns.
Wow. And
they have a thing that everyone in the world wants. And it was going to be like the last chapter was going to be you in that island, and the finale was going to be the game was going to be you fighting that Metal Gear again, but with all of your troops on the battlefield at one time. Everyone you recruit from the game fights with you.
Interesting.
And that got cut. And that sucks.
Yeah, that does suck.
And it's a weird thing because even so, if that was in the game, it still would have been missing content. It's so strange.
So this game is good. So how much is this game now?
Oh, you could get it like dirt cheap, like $10.
So okay, worth it if people haven't played it.
The story will be nonsensical, even more so than a normal Metal Gear game, because there are things that you need to know for this game to make fucking sense.
Well, okay. What I mean is like people who care about this. Let's say people who were excited about this game didn't pick it up because they heard all the bad press about it, deservedly so.
Well, there wasn't bad press. That's the weird thing about it.
Or not bad press, but
there was misgivings within fans who played it.
Yeah. There was definitely negative talk about the game.
Yeah.
Which it sounded like was deservedly so.
Yeah, there's a lot of it has.
And so
problems.
I'm sure there are a lot of people who like thought about playing it and then didn't because of that. Do you think they should play it now? Like get that, and
if they enjoy the loop of the game,
if they enjoy,
because the first 10 hours of this game, because you don't have a lot of that really good shit, are fantastic.
Okay.
But if you, after that point, if you don't enjoy the loop, I don't think it's worth finishing.
Dang.
Because of how much, because that game is a mixed bag of like really amazing ideas and ideas that are terrible. Why were they in the game?
All right.
But at the same time, what they do with the end of the game, because it's also has a problem where a lot of the good parts of the game are in audio tapes only, not in cutscenes, which is for Metal Gear, that is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because a big critique of Metal Gear is that it has too many cutscenes and they're too long.
Yeah.
But the final tape that you get, it's literally called The Truth Tapes, which made me really excited.
Yeah.
It is characters that are important to the whole series talking to each other, and some of them you've never heard them talk to each other before.
Oh, that's super rad.
And it's pretty much here's for the fans, and they're retcons that make characters way better in those tapes.
See, that's how...
And it's so great.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it's worth playing the game to do that instead of just going on YouTube and listening to them.
That's
because they're long. It's like an hour and a half of tapes.
Yeah, see, that's how I feel about The Division and the way this imagine that.
But for a series that's known for its story.
Yeah, exactly. Series
it's really like disheartening.
And then zero cutscenes.
Yeah, like the cutscenes that are there like are kind of either fluff or they don't matter.
Okay.
It's really, but like the game look like the visuals like of the game, and there are bits of the game that are the highlight of the whole series in there.
Yeah. But
they're so like spread thin. But the voice acting for some characters are fantastic, and I love how the game is gorgeous.
So the game's like so close to being great. Right? It sounds like.
If it had like maybe another year and even more stupid money, maybe. But at the very least, I'm still interested in Kojima's next game.
Really well, I think everyone is, because what's happening.
Because they're not telling him no.
Yeah.
For a lot of it, which I'm scared.
Yeah.
Because one of his game ideas was if you lose in the game, you delete your save file. Or one of them was like it fries your CD so you can't play it anymore. You have to buy another copy.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
Like he made the fucking Boktai series, which is you get energy in the game by taking your Game Boy Advance outside in the sun. Because when kids go outside.
God.
He's a crazy man.
Super
I love
crazy.
him very much.
All right. Now I want to do a review of something that I forgot to talk to you about, but Friday.
The movie Friday?
No. April 27th. A very important thing came out, to me at least. Because I enjoy Post Malone very much.
Oh, right. His album, yeah.
Beer Bongs Bentley broke Spotify. There you go. Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's actually, it sounds like he's being himself.
Yeah.
Because I was not a fan of his other one.
Of Stoney? I get it.
Because the mixing was kind of off in some songs, and it was kind of just derivative. Like, White Iverson, while it is a goofy, dumb, his big one-hit wonder song, as we thought at first, I still kind of like it.
It's a good song. It's a quality song.
This new one, because we're going to talk about briefly, because it's not much to talk about, really, because it's a pop album. So we can't go that in-depth with it.
I mean...
But the couple songs that you can talk about are the ones where he's doing what I wanted him to do since he started out.
Less autotune and more guitar?
Not even that. He's not doing hip-hop.
Oh, yeah.
He's just doing what he likes.
Yeah.
And it's good.
Yeah. It's
the one guitar ballad on the song is the best song he's ever made.
Stay is absolutely... It's like a mixture of Nirvana and folk and country, but it still feels...
But with modern hip-hop production.
This is...
On his voice alone.
This is the album that makes me feel like... Because...
He can do something more.
When people say Post Malone is a mixture of rock and hip-hop...
Well, he said that. Remember, he said he always wanted to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, sure, if you want to do that, I want to see what that is.
Yeah, exactly. And this is the album where he's doing it in such a unique way that I legitimately have not heard before.
No, with that song specifically.
Well, that song specifically, but this album has a lot. There's a bunch. I can't think of the names. Over again. What is it called? Over easy. What is it? I can't remember the name.
Over easy. Sure.
Over something. That song is such a like. If you put guitar, like metal guitars and drums into it, it would be the coolest metal ballad, like heavy metal ballad ever. Like not ever, but you know what I mean. It would be like fit. It would totally fit. It has the intensity and the emotion and the like. It feels raw, even though it's heavily produced.
Yeah,
and that's super unique because like there's other takes of like mixing rock and hip hop where it's mostly rock, and then you have the hip hop just kind of thrown in there
for the lyrics.
Yeah,
and maybe the drum pattern.
Yeah, maybe the drum pattern, and you'll throw it, or you'll have like a beat machine with metal guitars. It's like that's cool. It was cool,
but we've done it,
and
it's kind of already been mastered. You can't do it that way again.
Yeah, we've already had Limp Bizkit.
We had Beastie Boys.
Yeah, we had Beastie Boys and Linkin Park
when they were at their prime.
I would say though that
Linkin Prime, they kind of did that at first, and they did their own thing way later.
Yeah.
So totally. I think they're like an exception because they're so their own thing.
You're right.
After their first album, they're their own thing, and everyone copied them later.
I would say after the second, Meteora is still a new metal album.
Yeah,
for
Meteora.
Sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
but once Minute to Midnight hit, it's like it became
that's their own fucking thing.
Yeah, totally.
And everyone copied them. Well, not everyone, but people who wanted to be popular copied them.
Yeah,
fucking hard.
What Post does, which I think is so cool, it's the style of rock, but with the production of hip hop and pop, and so it feels like it's as I would consider myself very much a metal and rock fan.
It's what you wear every goddamn day.
I have a battle jacket with a bunch of
you wear it
metal
like every
bands.
fucking time I see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when you're sleeping, you wear it.
If I'm outside of this house, I have it on my body.
Even if you're inside, you're wearing it probably, like in the shower.
I do sometimes. I'm not in the shower, but I'll wear it around the house.
I thought you were gonna make you wear it in the shower, and I was like, oh my god, I nailed it.
No, so I know what rock sounds like. I know what it feels like. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what it tastes like, smells like.
Yeah,
you actually know what it smells like. You've been to concerts.
I have.
I don't know what it tastes like, but I've smelled rock.
I definitely smell. Yeah,
I've been to rock concerts.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Not hard rock concerts though.
Post definitely captures that feel in this album, but
there's still so much more.
But does it in such a okay, I'll say this.
Which is not a bad thing.
No, for sure. This is definitely not the perfect. I don't think this is the perfect Post Malone album yet. I feel
it has the problem that I think a lot of in general that pop rap has, where it has filler.
Well, okay, so that's what I wanted to say. This album is too long.
Yes, it is too long,
and so much modern music is suffering from.
And that's not a fault of him. That's a fault of how Spotify works.
It's this total fault of Spotify.
It's the industry now. You have to just do that.
Your album has to have at least 15 songs. At least.
Like that's why the Migos album was so fucking terrible they made recently. Because well, we know how Spotify works. Just release a bunch of fucking C cuts and just throw it out there because Spotify will make us money with it.
Yeah. And
it sucks, but that's how it is.
Because people just shuffle through the album, and
you don't have to do it.
The longer you listen to an artist, the more money they get. Yeah, so if they have a longer
you don't
album,
have to do it, but I get you want to make money off your music. I don't begrudge you.
Yeah, no,
Migos I kind of do because they've made better and tried a little bit harder, and that album is just bad because they gave no shits. But as a pop group, they gave no shits, and I was like, come on, guys.
Yeah,
but I get it. I get what you have to do.
I'll say if Post continues on this trajectory, I can see him becoming absolutely great. Objectively great.
Less instruments that he has that are fake, is better.
Well, he says that his goal in life is to become old and just do a country album,
It's what I've wanted from him.
Yeah.
Which that's kind of a selfish thing to say,
outside of
context, where it's that's what I want from him.
Yeah.
Mainly because
you can see it.
I can see him, because him doing hip hop to me is boring. I agree. Not because I don't like hip hop, or I think what he does with hip hop is boring.
I think
some of it I think honestly is, but I think it's because
it's not his thing.
It's not him.
No, it's not. It's straight hip hop. There are. Sometimes it's good.
Because what he was doing on his last album, people did way better way before him.
Yes.
And even if I didn't like it, they were more popular. Kid Cudi was that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't love Kid Cudi.
Me neither.
His first album I think is kind of okay, and I think Day and Night is a classic. But that sound has been done before.
Yes.
And I hate Kid Cudi stuff.
Fair.
But there is so much more to do with mixtures of sound. For a pop artist, because I've heard what he's done before in other artists before, but even then that was not what they did.
Yeah,
I want to see more of this.
Yeah, and
not even more guitar, just different.
Yeah, and right now,
because Future exists, Travis Scott exists.
Yes,
those lanes in pop don't need to be filled.
No, and what I like about Post is he embraces it all. In this album, especially, you hear the trap influence mixed with the rock influence, mixed with the folk influence. 92 Explorer, I think is the song.
Oh yeah, that song. Yeah,
that song is absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I love how it's produced.
Song is a straight banger, man. It's real good. It's produced amazingly.
And also the other reason I kind of want him to go away from hip hop, because his bars are really bad on this album.
No, oh yeah,
man. And not in a way where it's I can laugh at them. They're so bad. Where they're
he tried.
What? They're what?
Yeah,
they're head scratchers. And they kind of not ruin, but they kind of make me not want to listen to certain songs. I'm dude, that line is bad. Why'd you put it in here? The song was great.
What's the part where he's and she got beautiful boobies?
And I was dude, we're saying boobies in 2018. Are you real right now?
But that's his punchline. The beat drops out for that word.
Yeah, but it didn't make me laugh.
No,
so
it
doesn't work.
Exactly, it doesn't. And so I see where he was going.
Because Migos has said boobies, and I'm dude, fuck off. Yeah, you can't say boobies.
I see where he was going with it.
Yeah. But in the song he was doing it's not funny because he's crooning. It doesn't work.
It didn't. Yeah, well, it didn't match. The rest of the song. It totally took you out of it. And again, I love Post.
More singing, less bars, please.
Yes, exactly. He has a great voice. God, and look, there's a lot of autotune on it. And to me, I think autotune for him is more of a style thing.
It is a style thing, and I like what he actually did with it.
On this album more. The last album was frustrating because it was just
slathered in it.
It almost felt like it. because I know what autotune and like Melodyne sounds like to someone who can't sing.
Yeah.
And that first album sounded like that, even though I know he can sing.
Yeah.
This album feels more like, oh, I can hear your voice. I can hear that you're good, but there's autotune on it. And a lot of it for the style.
And it's like unnecessary.
Well,
but he wanted to break into the pop scene. And
on this
worked.
album,
it worked for that.
On this album, like, oh God, Blame It On Me is a perfect example of the vocal effect and the autotune on it.
Because he plays with it.
Is super awesome. That one I like a lot. Like that one, I feel like that song would not work without the autotune.
When he does like tremolo stuff with the autotune, I think it's really interesting.
Yeah, it's super because he has that like goat thing, goat voice thing, which he does very well. Listen, I've always said like look up his Bob Dylan cover on YouTube. No autotune on there, and it's absolutely fantastic.
It's Wake Up and I'm Thirsty singing.
It's real good. But when he does it with the autotune, it's a cool effect that I don't think I've heard before.
No, I don't really. I can't recall one that I've heard like that.
So, anyways, great album. It broke Spotify records of
which I did not see coming.
Me neither. And I knew it was going to be big, because it just there's so much hype because it's been delayed so much.
It didn't break Drake's views record, did it?
No,
because that's like I think that one's still the king.
All it did, the record that it broke was most
streamed in a day, like album in a day.
Like,
was that what it was?
When an album, there's like a metric of like when an album's released, how many people listen to it in like that first
24 hours, isn't
something
it?
like that. Yeah, that like he broke. Mm-hmm. So I'm proud of him. I'm glad this album's out finally. Beer Bongs and Bentleys, such a silly name for an
terrible
album.
name.
But no, you know what?
It's only about like two of those things.
I would say,
and Bentley's like in one song.
Yeah, I would say the feeling of that name fits the album because the feeling of like lyrically, it's just silly, having fun.
Kind of. Half the album is about him being sad about girls.
That's the thing. Like sometimes Post needs a better like
it's ghostwriter.
I would say producer with it because he produces his stuff.
A lot of his stuff. He gets beats. People wrote courses for him for this album.
Yeah,
and Joey Badass wrote a course for him, and I think it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't mind it. He's a pop. He knows what he's doing.
Yeah, well, I'll say as a producer, I think he's like really like pretty good. It's hard to legit produce, and I'm not. When I say producer, I don't mean
make your beats and mix them.
Yeah, it's in the mix, but I'm saying like get artists in, like make the thing and produce it and make it sound the way you want. Not just like I made a simple drum beat and like I'm a producer, I guess. That's not what that is. Like all the vocal effects are his
he does
ideas.
them himself.
Yeah, those are his.
He has a studio
ideas.
in his own goddamn house.
Yeah, that's his thing. I will say I think he needs like another producer with him to help mix and flesh out some ideas and like say no for some things.
Yeah.
And track list order. That's
because he makes mood music.
There's this one song where the way it ends is the like classic over compressed distorted. Like it gets more and more, more and more, and then it hard stops. And then
I was gonna text you about that, and I was like, dude, what the fuck happened?
And then moves
here?
Into Psycho.
It doesn't work.
It does not work at all. It's also,
Rockstar feels like it's in a weird place too.
Okay, last thing I'll say about this album is because this album got delayed so much, unexpectedly so.
Yeah, for like months.
For like 6 months. There are so many songs here that everyone already knows and are tired of. Rockstar, Psycho, Candy Paint. Yeah. Those 3 songs are so well. Psycho's not that old at this point, but Rockstar and Candy Paint are so old. They're like 6 months old. Yeah, everyone knows
it's old for pop, and that matters for pop.
Yeah, and so having like 4 songs on this album, 3 songs that everyone already knows, when you already have an 18-track album, like just take those songs out. It's fine.
You can put them on like an EP of like singles or something.
Yeah,
trim it.
Yeah, it's so.
But he's playing the game. He's got to play.
He's playing the game. He's smart. He's talented. He seems like a genuine boy. I'm glad he exists.
I want him to wear denim shorts again.
I want more music from him. I like his current style. He looks like a chubby James Hetfield from the 80s.
Oh yeah.
It's real. I love it. Like
I wasn't a big fan of him blinging out. It was a little boring.
I know what you mean.
Migos and out.
What I like the blinging out thing that I liked from him was when he did it while wearing like Metallica shirts and ripped jeans.
Yeah, but that's a thing that other young artists have also been doing, so it's not that unique.
Okay,
trust me.
I guess I don't care about other.
No, because guess what? All the young hip hop artists also like Metallica.
Yeah,
like they're our age or a little bit older. They like the same shit that we did.
All right.
So like being hip hop and wearing like a metal or rock shirt is a fashion statement now.
Okay,
it's interesting, but it's a little boring because they're just like shirts you could buy from a Kohl's.
Okay, I'm gonna
with like sick jeans.
Okay, because I want to get to Avengers talk so bad.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna like jump over the Sonic thing, not jump over it, but I'll say watch the trailer.
It's got new animation.
The new Sonic Mania Plus trailer came out. Watch that trailer. It's real good. I'm super excited for these 2 new characters. Their move, because I was afraid it was just going to be like 2 characters and they're just whatever.
Yeah.
No, it looks like their movesets are very unique and going to really change up the gameplay.
Yeah, they have to modify levels, I'm sure.
I'm hoping they modify levels. Even if they don't, I think it'll still be worth it.
Yeah.
Because the movesets are so different.
Because gliding is going to be crazy.
Gliding and then that
drop dash.
The drop dash, not the drop.
And you can burst through walls.
Not drop dash because that's what Sonic has.
Well, yeah, it's more like a slam.
That drop, yeah, that
and
slam.
It's way
thing,
faster.
Super interesting, and you can break spikes, which is
new level has to be like designed around that.
Yeah, that seems really OP and like
because Knuckles couldn't do that.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm excited. Just watch that.
It's gonna be $5. Comes out July 17th. Gonna be a good old time.
Yeah.
Well,
anyway,
if you already own,
if you own it, it'll be $5.
But if you didn't, buying the full version is gonna be 30.
Yeah,
which worth it.
Totally. Okay. You said the 3DS can't die. What happened?
Yeah. Nintendo said, "Hey, bitches, we're gonna be making more ports and re-releases on through 2019 and on for 3DS."
God.
And I went, God fucking damn it! And then I moved on because I was like, of course.
If you have a 3DS, and
I have it, and I have to go. I have to go. If I'm with a friend, I was talking about it. I was like, when they're finally done with 3DS, I'll go buy a new 3DS XL because they're going to be dirt cheap and just finally play the games I never finished.
Yeah,
because I hate 3DS holding and playing it.
The console itself is not ergonomic at all.
The original one that I own, I know.
The brick.
Nah, that I don't like. I don't think
absolutely.
Nothing will be as good as the DS Lite. That is a god tier portable console for like comfort.
I'll say this: as silly as the 2DS, like
actually, I thought about buying one like a year ago.
As silly as the layout is, it's not portable easily.
Not really.
It's so comfortable.
It's super comfy. Yeah, a friend of mine had it, and I was like, dude, this feels great.
Yeah, because I have big.
It's literally
meaty hands.
It's literally made for babbies of anyone of any size.
Yeah, well, I have big meaty hands, and it still feels
claws,
good.
Sir.
Yeah. So
fucking meaty mitts.
I have long boy fingers.
Bone fingers.
Okay, and then Nintendo Online.
Yeah, they're going to talk about it in May. Still confirmed coming out September. Yeah. All we have, but they're finally going to talk about it before E3, which is a little weird, but sure. Free up time for games that you want to show off. That's fine by me.
Yeah, there's so much happening. There's so much like future stuff with Nintendo right now.
That they've been teasing, like the new Pokemon game, new Metroid game,
Metroid, Smash, like those.
Whatever that's going to be.
Yeah, those 3 things, like alone, like. Man, Nintendo must be freaking out on when they should talk about these.
Plus potential like weird new IPs like they did for Splatoon, where it's like, hey, we have a new idea.
Yeah.
Which I'm really hoping we have another new idea.
Yeah.
Maybe ARMS too. Who knows?
Yeah. As even though, ARMS is whatever. Like
it's actually, it's way better now. I played it with some friends. I really like it. I
like playing the because they do like a global test punch. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, it's like every once in a while. Try it out.
It's so fun. I try to get
it every
really
fun game.
Yeah,
I only like playing it locally.
I won't.
And my friends who play it don't live near me, so I just go to their places and play it. So they're not worth buying.
I won't buy that game for $60. That's the only thing, and it's still.
I wish it could be discounted. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as it's really is like I don't want the physical. So if I can find the physical for like $40,
yeah, maybe
like preferably less, but $40 at most.
It's a good game.
Yeah, I'll get for sure. So
I'm glad I gave it a chance after like a year of like, hey, this game actually a lot more fun than I remember it being.
Yeah. So
Nintendo
Online, they're going to be announcing stuff early, and we'll see. Man. Can they just are we gonna get any talk about Virtual Console or no?
During
is that gonna happen?
E3, they have to. If not, then during this thing about online.
Yeah. If it doesn't happen by E3, I'm going to blow my brains out because God, they've been talking about Virtual Console for what feels like for 7,000 years.
I hope they make it good this time. Virtual Console has been awful.
Yeah.
They've been terrible.
God, imagine if it's bad. That'd be so funny. That'd be funny in like the worst way.
It's been terrible because of price and how long it takes for new shit to come out of Virtual Console. That's why it's so bad.
Yeah. So, all right. Anyways, all right. Here we go. We're now going to go into Avengers spoiler talk. So, if you haven't seen the movie, goodbye. Go watch it.
Hope you don't mind Batman being killed in this movie.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's like all naked and crying. It's pathetic.
He has a like weird pain. So
it does. It's like a fucking Tic Tac.
Yeah. But like sideways?
No, it's like orange too.
It's like a sideways orange Tic Tac.
No, it looks like a pill.
It's the
size and width of a Coke can.
He has a tattoo that just says Orange Crush on it.
It was really brave of him to do that though. I really appreciate fucking what's his name? The actor doing
Batfleck?
That. Yeah, Batfleck.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck doing that. I was like really brave of him.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
No.
Especially now when people are laughing and pissing on me in the movie. In front of like children. I don't know how you could do that.
All right. Avengers. Everyone died.
Yeah.
So not really though, but still.
No, literally yes. Actually,
What do you mean?
half died.
Yeah. Okay. So, man, I don't even know how to talk about this movie because I feel like
This is not a movie for one.
No,
This is a fucking weird monster mutant.
You know what I'll
entertainment
say?
piece.
This felt as soon as I saw that end, like the thing when the snap. My first thought was this is an anime now. This is straight up just become an anime.
Oh, with what they're doing in terms of scale? In the movies, yeah.
In terms
they're
of
finally getting to what I like about comics.
Yeah, exactly. Ridiculously dark scale, which happens in comics a lot.
Yeah. It takes build up, but that's why Civil War 1 is so great.
Yeah.
I haven't read the new Civil War.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
The Civil War is a fucking mess of like internal politics and heroes and the Punisher shows up and all kinds of weird shit.
But it's worth
happens.
it in the end, type of thing.
It's worth it for just the mess to see it unfold.
All right. So people who are for sure dead. Because, okay, I'll say this. I am like...
It's a literal list you have to look at.
I am 100% sure that the people who got snapped out are coming back. Because...
Oh, because Homecoming 2 has to happen.
Well, no. Okay, so
Spider-Man
has been signed on for a trilogy.
Yeah.
Like
Homecoming 2 is confirmed it has a year.
Yeah. Like,
same with Guardians 3.
Same thing with Guardians and Black Panther. Okay, I'll say this. When Black Panther fizzed out, there is a woman behind us. I'll say a large black woman.
Does she need or not need a man?
There was a man consoling her because she was hysterically crying.
That's awesome.
Like, and then
great.
When the movie ended, she was. I turned around and man, she was like fanning herself. Like she looked like as if someone like she loved just died.
That's awesome.
It was insane.
That's what I want from movies.
Yeah, it was super insane. And oh god, that post-credit scene is such a kick in the balls.
No, in the theater, everyone was like, "Huh?"
Yeah, because
legitimately, I always thought I was like, Nova Force? Oh wait, no, Captain Marvel, idiot.
No, it's not even that. Not even that. I'm just saying because usually post-credit scenes are funny.
Oh
silly.
Yeah, where it's like it ends on a dark note too.
Yeah, because so everyone was like, okay, at least so it's like okay, we saw this horrible thing, and then we're gonna get a post-credit scene, and it'll make us feel better. We're waiting, and because usually we'll have two, like one like pre-post and then post-post. We just had the one post. So we had to wait that whole time, and then it's just a scene that is so. Again, anime feeling and dark and cool of just like, oh yeah, the whole universe.
There are stakes.
There are like a helicopter flying, like crashing into a building because the pilot died.
Yeah.
Car crashes everywhere. People running. It's absolute hysteria because this is a terrifying moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it literally like made my heart feel like this is terrifying. Mm-hmm. And then Nick Fury and freaking Robin from How I Met Your Mother died.
I saw her, I was like, hey, Robin, what's up? I forgot you're in these movies.
I
laughed. I was like, oh my God, Robin.
Because every time I see her, I keep thinking like, oh, because
you can't not.
Because what happens is like she shows up and then she's gone forever. And I was like, oh, they probably just like this. She's out of the movie series, I guess, because her role is important but relatively minimal. And so
Shield's important, but not to people.
Her character in the movies could easily be written out and nothing would change.
Yeah.
And so every time I don't see her, I think, oh, they probably just wrote her off. And then every time I do see her, I'm like, oh, Robin, you're back. And so I was like, okay, they just killed her, I guess. But
let's bring it back, though.
Yeah, we'll bring it back.
Beginning of this fucking movie.
The movie opens with
a death.
No, not a death. The death of Asgard.
Oh yeah, I forgot because I don't give a shit. Yeah.
All the Asgardians.
Yeah. Didn't they most of them go away in Ragnarok, and now it's all?
Well, yeah, everyone that was on the ship, which was the rest of the Asgardians,
which was like 30 people or something.
No, it was a lot. It was a lot of people.
Well, that we saw that we could visibly see.
Yeah, well,
we didn't see the other corpses.
We know
behind.
there was a lot.
Yeah,
like this in terms of like the plot of the movie. We know that like a lot of people was on that ship, and we're just assuming. All of them are dead. The Rock Boy.
Well, they are now because the ship blew up.
Yeah. And so, yeah, everyone from Thor Ragnarok is dead.
All those memorable characters.
All those memorable.
Can you name what is Thor's best friend? What's his name?
I don't know. Oh, wait.
The black guy.
Oh, Heimdall. What are you talking about?
I don't remember his fucking name.
Heimdall?
No.
Heimdall is awesome.
I don't fucking remember any of their names.
Idris Elba, bruh. Come on, man. I was upset. And look, every time I
was so happy how this movie started.
Yeah. Oh, same. So every time I
was so delighted.
Every time I see Heimdall in one of these movies, I think, oh, he's probably going to die in this movie.
Because he should be.
Well, not because he should. It would make sense for that character. And
that's why he's born to die. That's why I can't care about these Thor people.
He keeps living, and then When he finally died, I was like, there it is. Okay. Loki's legit dead. Like,
yeah, and I was
that's
like, fucking awesome.
That's a
Thank
character
God.
not coming back.
Thank God.
I'll say thank God in that I'm tired of him coming back.
That's why. Because I'm like, give it some stakes.
Yeah.
Well, the first stake was that Hulk gets his shit kicked in. No problem.
Yeah, which was perfect. That was a perfect fight scene.
I don't like everything else after with Hulk, though.
No,
that part
the whole like, no, I don't want to.
If they'd given something to it, which they didn't, it would have been maybe not as terrible.
Hulk
but
has PTSD.
I hate it.
It felt like they did it just because we got too many characters. We got too much. We got too much going on, which I appreciate.
Well, this movie has a lot going on, and it's somehow
like I'm glad we didn't see Hawkeye. I'm glad we didn't see.
Well, because they have to save him for 2. And I know why, because he's going to be Ronin in 2.
I'm glad they didn't do the Black...
Hawkeye's going to kick ass in 2 if he does show up.
I'm glad they didn't do the Black Widow and Hulk thing again, because as interesting as the storyline that is, there's too much.
I think it failed in Ultron. I think it was bloated and not needed.
It's interesting, but they
botched it.
Everything about Ultron
is botched.
Yeah, it's
Quicksilver super botched.
Great ideas executed. Just let's vomit.
How do you feel about this movie lying to you? It's not Avengers Infinity War. It's Thanos. The movie.
So this movie, in terms of what the comics is, it's a mix of the 3 main Thanos, like Infinity War, Infinity Gauntlet, and Thanos Quest. It's a mix of all of them. This is the Thanos movie, and
they lied to everybody, and it's great.
It's such a good. It's a beginning, middle, end of a quest of Thanos' quest. It's
his story,
and it's done.
Everyone else here is window dressing to him, and it's great.
Okay,
that's what he deserves.
So one thing that's somewhat frustrating, because I think it would have made Thanos even better, I don't see how it could have made him worse, is the introduction of Mistress Death. And if anyone knows anything about the comics...
I said that and I was like, where's his wife at?
Yeah, if anything knows anything about the comics, Mistress Death is the reason why Thanos is doing the things. Because
90% of the time, yeah, it's because Death is... Or because she left.
Yeah, because pretty much what Thanos in the comics is... He's in love with Mistress Death, like Death, like literally, like Death, the Grim Reaper.
It is actual. The embodiment of Death exists in Marvel, and it is Lady. Yeah,
Mistress Death. Yeah, and so she keeps saying, "Hey, if you do this for me, I'll love you."
Yeah.
But then he does it, and then she's like, "Okay, just do this one more thing. It's always one more thing." And so his whole quest, Thanos quest, and Infinity Gauntlet, mostly Infinity Gauntlet, his whole thing is, all right, I will destroy half the universe for you.
For you, my love.
For you, my love. And then he does it. And she still goes, yeah, bye. And then she just bails.
She fucks off and he gets furious.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful story. Absolutely beautiful story. Like with Mr. Death and Thanos.
He thinks, well, that's why I honestly don't think she'll come in part 2. If she does, it'll be kind of a bummer.
Yeah, no, she won't.
Because they're doing something way different with Thanos in this.
Yeah. And
even though the obvious hole in his fucking logic exists, and I'm tired of hearing it.
What?
If you have the Infinity Gauntlet, just make more resources.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of, like I get it, but let it be a story. Mm-hmm. I get it, but let it just be a story.
Yeah. Another thing I want to say that's less specific, I guess, is this movie felt most like reading a comic book that I've ever felt in a Marvel movie.
Because it's so scattered. Yeah.
It's done. It's not, well, scattered. Scattered is not the word I'd use because Age of Ultron is scattered.
Oh, I would say that one's more confused in what it wants to be.
It feels, because the way, when I think about reading like an Avengers series comic book, right? The way I feel is like, all right, I have a story, read it, there's a conflict and resolution. And then I move on to the next thing, conflict, resolution, conflict. And this movie just had a bunch of that. It felt like Game of Thrones almost, where it's like, every scene I legitimately cared about because there was stakes.
You want to know who's doing what and why, where it's going to go to here.
And it seemed to explain for every scene, there was some sort of reason why people were doing it. Not every, like, this movie's not perfect.
There was no way it could have been. This movie should have been a failure.
Totally. Yeah.
The way it's made, this movie should have crashed and burned.
Yeah. I came into this movie thinking, okay, I'm probably going to enjoy this movie as another Avengers because all these Marvel movies are enjoyable for sure. I haven't been
at a base level, yeah.
Yeah, even Thor and Ant-Man are enjoyable. Yeah. But
there's still some quality just baseline.
Yeah, and so I came into the movie thinking that because I expected it to be an absolute goddamn travesty, like in terms of like scope and how much they could have done.
Because there's a lot to do.
I did not expect them to do the snap. That's one thing. Like I
thought they wouldn't do it in this movie. I talked about that. I texted you. I was like, I didn't think they would do it in this movie. I thought they would wait.
I didn't think they were going to do it at all. Because
oh, really?
Because to me,
okay, then what did you think they were going to do? I'm curious. Did you have nothing?
I don't know. I didn't really have an expectation because they've changed Thanos and the story so like just the Infinity War story so much already. Like there's no Silver Surfer and there's no Adam Warlock. Those two things.
That weighed way too much.
Those two things completely in my head. Because in my head I thought
Doctor Strange being here was already like, oh god, you've already introduced like a fucking bag of tricks.
Yeah, but not having Silver Surfer and Adam Warlock made me think, oh, okay, then the Infinity War story is just their own thing. Whatever. They're probably not going to do the snap. They're not going to do death. Whatever. But they did the snap, and man, that because the first thing I thought, man, Disney, and because the way they direct that scene, the way it's directed, no music, it's relatively quiet.
It's long too. It's long, like 5 minutes.
Yeah, it just keeps going and keeps going, and the way they kill him off, where like Black Panther is a perfect example of this, where because some of the characters you would think it's like, oh, these are main characters. Let's like zoom in on their face and watch them cry as they fade away. Yeah. No, Black Panther just fades like in a corner.
Yeah,
like it's like
unaware of what's going on
because they wanted to portray as like even though this character is so important, it's insignificant in terms of what's happening right now.
It's half the universe at random. Mm-hmm. Which it was funny to kind of hear in the audience. People couldn't understand that fact when it was happening.
Yeah.
Because they say it a lot because
you can wipe out half
fucking massive.
Yeah.
And people kind of didn't. I think it kind of hit everybody where it's like, no, this is what it is. It's half at random. That's a lot of fucking people. People that you probably like.
It's all of sentient life in the universe.
Yeah. Everything that is alive, half of it is gone now.
Yeah. And so
not dead, it ceases to exist.
Yeah. Man, I'll say okay, how did you feel about the Spider-Man one?
Oh, it's the only one that got me.
Yeah, that one got me.
Everything else I was like, okay, because I was waiting for the snap the whole movie because I love the Infinity War story.
Yeah.
But it only got me because he's like, I don't want to go, and he's just confused like a baby.
I think what got me the most is I don't want to go, Mr. Stark.
Yeah, Mr. Stark. Yeah,
it was such an innocent
because he clinged to him like he's a child.
He's legitimately terrified.
Yeah, because he is
terrified.
A child. Spider-Man is a child. He's called Spider-Man as a reference to what he thinks he is. He's not a man.
Yeah, he called himself Spider-Man because he's like
he wants to be a man. He wants to be an adult.
Yeah, in the comics, in the comics, he wanted to join the Fantastic Four. In these movies, he wants to join the Avengers, and he's just like, I want to be one of you guys so bad.
Yeah.
But he's a child. And watching Tom Holland, God, solidified again as like
the best Spider-Man.
Even before this movie, I was like, yeah, best Spider-Man for sure. But that scene, God, he's an amazing actor, and I want to see Tom Holland as an actor in more things.
How'd you feel about the Aliens reference?
Okay.
That scene. Like I kind of didn't like it at first, and then I was like, you know what? It's not. It's fine.
Like I said, this movie's not perfect.
No. I honestly wonder, how do you feel on that?
Yeah, it was pretty. I thought that was
because it was a little kind of out there.
All the stuff with I can't remember the name of that
the group. Fucking Warlock.
Yeah.
That is cool. He's the coolest like subordinate. I love all the his little minions in this movie.
I thought they were cool.
They gave him enough time just to fight.
Out of anything that failed, like if you were to say what failed in this movie, I would say that did, in the sense that like they weren't interesting enough to me. Like they could have been darker and cooler. Because to me it was just like, oh look, I'm powerful, blah blah blah. And then
at this point, dude, I don't care anymore. I've been waiting so fucking long, dude. I don't care anymore.
See, and I
don't want more origin movies. I'm so over it.
I agree with you in the sense that like I have no idea how it could have been better.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they did the best they could do, and they've made something amazing.
Okay, I want to ask you another thing. How much did you nut when you saw Doctor Strange fight?
How much? Oh my god!
On the planet where he does clone jutsu.
The whole thing. Because if you guys don't know, my two favorite superheroes in Marvel and probably of all time in general, Spider-Man #1, close second, like moves back and forth all the time, is Mr. Strange.
Yeah, like Spider-Man's been my #1 since I was a baby boy. Still is.
Yeah, fair. He's just objectively the best.
Well, he's kids love him, and then adults grow to appreciate him later.
Yeah, and then Doctor Strange is just
he's everything that you like out of fiction.
Yeah,
of those ideas,
over the top, like just kind of silly, but done in a way that it takes itself seriously in a silly way that is endearing and fun, but feels dark when it needs to be. Is all that Doctor Strange like? even the old original Doctor Strange comics, God, they're so good.
Like a fun pulpy movie.
Absolutely fantastic. And they hold up if you know when they're from. Like they're obviously they feel like the 60s, but they hold up in the sense that like, man, they're still interesting.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the whole fighting scene was absolutely fantastic.
Thanos. Did you like him and I really liked and not expect him and Stark together.
Yeah, okay. So
some of the comedy did fall flat in this movie.
Yeah.
Because this movie is impossible to get everything right.
It's hard to mix.
But just them talking to each other, I liked the general like
it
tone
looks
of
like
it.
they're because at the end of Infinity Gauntlet, at the end of Infinity Gauntlet, I think it's Infinity Gauntlet or the Thanos quest. One of them, Nebula, because they end up defeating Thanos for the 7,000th time, and Nebula ends up taking the Infinity Gauntlet, and because Nebula's absolutely batshit crazy, deservedly so, she's been tortured, and in the comics it's way worse because she's like burned alive, and it's like slow, painful torture. In the movie, it was more of like, well, she's half a robot. It almost doesn't, you know.
Yeah.
But
we can't put it to R.
Yeah,
that would probably push it to R.
Yeah, it probably
that's
would.
like
if there was blood,
that's like explicit torture. I think
burn,
that pushes to R.
Permanent damage like that.
Hers was it was still pretty bad.
It's still pretty bad.
It's still pretty brutal.
But it didn't. There was no like physical alterations to her really
because it made her like more of a robot lady than an organic lady.
Yeah. But in the comic, she ends up taking the Infinity Gauntlet and becomes batshit crazy.
Yeah.
What it looks like to me, what they're building up is what's going to happen is Tony Stark is going to have.
He's going to redo the Avengers and want revenge.
Well, here's what I think. I have a feeling. So Captain America in the next one is definitely going to die because Chris Evans said he's done with this series. He has no more contract signed. Captain America's story, it seems like, is
wrapping up.
It's wrapping up, which is a shame because in this movie I wanted to see more of him. That's another thing. Another criticism I have, like tiny criticism, is I wish there was more Cap.
Oh, I actually liked it. He's not in this movie very much.
I wish there was more because I know he's gonna die in the next one.
Oh, okay.
This is the last. We don't get.
Maybe that's why they'll give him so much more of a role in the second one.
Most likely, and they have less characters now, so it'll be
way less.
It'll be a lot easier.
Time to fill.
Yeah. So it looks like they're gonna have it to where like Iron Man is gonna have to like wield the Infinity Gauntlet and
turn back time.
And turn back time to get and probably gonna have to sacrifice someone, and the Captain America is probably the one to be sacrificed.
Yeah.
And so.
I'll do it for you, Tony.
Yeah, it'll be Marvel and gay and everything. But it's fine. It's gay and
gays are fine.
Gays are fine. I'm saying gays.
Quote Lewis, 2018.
Yeah,
it'll be gay like Marvel. Gays are fine.
I mean gay in the happy sense, and I mean that.
Did you want Squirrel Girl to beat Thanos like she does in the comics time?
Yeah. Yes.
I'd be so upset. I'd be so angry.
I'm so upset that Drax the Destroyer died.
Oh my! Drax is the highlight of comedy in this movie.
Yeah.
Never who Gamora? No, why Gamora?
Why Gamora?
That got that one actually got me.
Dude, Drax is my favorite. Freaking okay, because
I'm so happy Batista's like a big boy in acting now. He's so good at it.
He's so good.
He's the best part of Guardians too, by far.
Yeah,
he's the reason the movie I think still works.
Yeah, I agree.
He's so funny in that role.
What else? God, there's so much. Gamora. The whole thing, the relationship between Thanos and Gamora. What do you think about that?
It's all right.
It didn't, right?
It only kind of worked with me when they show Thanos about to like starting to cry.
Yes.
I was like, oh, we're doing something different with this.
Yeah.
Like the problem with that is we should have a little more time with him to make Thanos more of a character.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want another movie about Thanos.
No, me neither.
And I wish they could have shown him more in the movies that they had beforehand.
Yeah.
But that's too late. We have to deal with what we have now. What we have, I think, is still serviceable.
Although looking back.
Also, I fucking lost it when I saw Red Skull again. Because I forgot about Red Skull.
Yeah, they gave Red Skull.
And that was actually a pretty good callback.
Because they gave Red Skull a character from who is like who got trapped on this planet who has to preserve an ancient artifact.
Yeah.
And they just kind of mixed a bunch of stuff and just gave it all to Red Skull.
Yeah.
Because we knew Red Skull got banished somewhere.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Yeah. Dude, so I watched it with my parents. And so when he came out.
My friends were like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like,
my mom
that's
was
Red
like,
Skull.
Who is that? And I was like, that's Red Skull, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's a different voice, different actor.
Yeah.
So,
but it's Red Skull.
And I was
like, oh shit, Red Skull.
The first
what
thing
up, man?
I thought, because I feel like this was a callback. I feel like this was the closest thing we got to Mister's death was his like death looking, Grim Reaper looking like hooded cloak.
When we first saw him, he was like covered in like in a black mist.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, are they doing it? And then
Yeah.
and then he talked to like, that's a man. Is Thanos gay? That's fine. Let's do Mr. Death. That's fine. I don't care. Let's just do the story.
The story will totally work.
It totally would. I would have legitimately. Hey, gays are fine. I would have been
killing for love is like not an uncommon thing for villains to do.
Yeah, gays are fine. Remember?
But I think his reason for this is way more justified in this film, which makes him more interesting as a character.
Yeah, no, yeah.
For this take,
and in terms of
because he thinks he's right,
how they've set up Thanos and set up the Avengers in general, this makes having Mistress Death, I think, would have
bogged it down.
It would have been a little too complicated
because there's already a lot going on in this movie alone.
Another thing that's frustrating a little bit is the Vision and Scarlet Witch thing.
That shit was bad.
They're not doing that at all.
The romance was terrible.
Man, look, and I've been saying this.
No, you like Vision. I don't care about Vision.
Yeah, well,
so I didn't mind.
No, I've been saying this since as soon as they introduced Scarlet Witch and Vision both in the same movie.
You have to nerf Scarlet Witch now.
Yeah, well, the first thing I thought was like,
because my friend when we went home, my friend's like, wait, what is Scarlet Witch's thing? I'm like, reality distortion, and he was like, oh, I see now. Yeah. I get why she's so powerful.
It's probability technically.
Probability, but she can change reality.
Yeah,
at the same time.
Yeah, it's what she's doing.
She's fucking busted.
Yeah, well, because I know what happens in the comics for Scarlet Witch and Vision, and like why those two are important. Why
it's better in the comics because they had more time.
It's not even that it's better. It's just that
it's more complete.
What happens between the two is so important. And when I saw that they were introducing both of those characters, I thought, are they going to do it?
And I went, hell no, they're not.
Well,
these movies are too simple for them to do.
Well, I realized, but dude, they did the snap.
But they killed Quicksilver, so I'm like, they're not going to do anything ambitious. They can't.
Yeah, well,
that ambitious at least.
Well, another thing,
no Silver Surfer means like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, well, another thing is like,
and I love Silver Surfer, but they're not doing it.
Yeah,
and I get it.
Yeah,
because Fox, I think, still owns that character as well.
Yeah, because, man, they've tried. So, aren't they going to try another Fantastic Four? I heard.
I don't want it. Just make the Doom movie because nobody cares.
Yeah.
I'll say it right now, Fantastic Four is whack. Doom is amazing.
I won't say Fantastic. Like, are you saying like the
Fantastic Four, whack. Doom, awesome. Take him out of that fucking give him his own movie.
I disagree, Lul.
That new movie they made is trash.
No,
the Doom part where it's blowing up people's heads is awesome.
Wait, did you see the new Fantastic Four?
I did. It's terrible.
Oh, I did not.
I laughed.
Oh, I did not see it at all.
I saw it. People said Doom in it is cool.
Okay.
He blows up people's heads in a hallway when it's all dark like a
I thought you
movie.
meant this like Fantastic Four in general is whack.
Oh no, I think they're whack as well.
Oh.
I think they're whack.
Okay, see, I disagree. Fantastic Four is the main, like, objectively, this is...
Together, I think they're terrible.
This is scientifically proven that Marvel got popular
they matter.
Because of Fantastic Four.
No, they matter. I don't give a shit. I don't like them. That doesn't matter.
Okay, I see what you mean.
Where it's like, oh man, I don't like coffee, but it gave me, I don't know, iced coffee. It's like, that doesn't matter.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Right.
The origin of where this comes from doesn't matter. Because who gives a shit? I have Spider-Man and Doom now.
Yeah.
So,
right. Hey, Fantastic Four gave us Spider-Man, so...
No, a man gave us Spider-Man. Who was in this movie, and I was like, dude, don't be in this movie.
Wait, what? Oh, Stan Lee?
When I saw him on the bus, I'm like...
That's fine.
No, it's because of the stories that have been coming out about him recently.
Oh, what? That he's gonna die?
No, the elder abuse and how he was like dying when he was doing autographs.
That's what I mean. Like, he's going to die.
No, but... did you see the video of it?
No.
It's so heartbreaking, dude.
I'm not gonna.
Because I saw him years ago, like, in a video. I'm like, it doesn't look, his costume was not that bad. Dude, it's so awful. He's a dead man walking. It's so sad.
Every year now, I've been saying, like, for the death pool of which celebrity is gonna die, like, I've been saying for the last, like, 6 years, it's gonna be Stan Lee.
It's more sad because I'm seeing him die every year.
Yeah.
And it makes me upset.
It's real bad.
He's not a perfect human being, but I hate seeing a man die.
Okay, so
over time.
So yeah, the Thanos and Gamora relationship I think could have been handled better.
A little bit better, but I think it still I think they still pulled it off.
Yeah.
Shockingly, they pulled it off.
I think the main reason why it didn't feel as I feel like I don't think it got executed the way it could have been, because in Guardians 2 we didn't get any.
That's what I was about to say. Yeah, Gamora didn't bring it up.
And so I wish he did.
I'm totally down with. I'm with you on that for sure.
Yeah, because if he even just mentioned Thanos, it's like, man, my dad sucked. Like
I was sad. My new Guardian passed away. I was so sad. I like her a whole bunch.
Oh yeah. Dude, what's her name? Exactly.
Oh man.
Exactly.
Why are you gonna kill a side character like that?
Yeah. Oh, another thing that was great. The
adolescent Groot.
Oh, that was a weird pop.
I wish they gave adolescent Groot more time, because the funniest jokes are with adolescent Groot.
Not the funniest, but I agree with.
No, because they're not like dumb people humor.
Yeah,
they're talking about like, oh, your Twigs and berries.
Yeah,
and like just pee in the bottle.
They're good. They are good.
They're more subtle. They're more James Gunn jokes.
Yeah. Okay. I'll say that.
I guess
as soon as they introduced the Guardians of the Galaxy, when they went space, like man, cutting to Guardians of the Galaxy in an Avengers movie
was a cool whiplash.
It's that I can't imagine. I cannot imagine being the writers and thinking, "Oh my god, how the hell are we going to do this?"
Fuck, because we have Thor here now.
Yeah, how are we going to mix
that the
seriousness of what's happening?
They
with
made
Guardians?
me like Thor in this movie.
Yeah,
a whole
man.
lot.
They did the whole like
because
my review of this movie has been they did the thing because they did so many of the things. They did Stormbreaker. They did Peter Dinklage as the dwarf.
That was a little goofy.
That kind of took me out too much.
Yeah,
but it's fine if you're gonna
Peter Dinklage there is a little weird, not as a human, but just the character is a little off. The scene with him absorbing solar rays to make it was fucking awesome.
That was everything about that was
great.
Cool.
Because it's so ridiculous. We're finally at that point of the comic shit.
Yeah, so
we're going absurd.
Yeah, so because I've been saying this and you too, I think, ever since the first Thor movie. It's like, yeah, Thor's cool, but he gets way cooler after Mjolnir.
Yeah, he has things that he does that are more interesting than this shit.
We finally got
Asgard politics,
and then he got Stormbreaker, and then became Ultimate Thor, and he got the new outfit and everything.
And then it became a video game.
And then it became a video game, and it was like, oh, this is the Thor I wanted.
Yeah. We're just going ham, but. What they really got was the one scene that they knew it would work, where it's Thor talking about how he's lying to himself to make himself feel better.
Yeah,
where he's going, dude, I'm a god. It's fine. I got it. It's fine. Dude, I got it. I'm a god.
They finally explained why he has
that ego.
Well, it's not even that the ego thing. Okay, I might be reading too much into this. Maybe not.
Who knows?
Because it seems like the Thor movies, every movie got darker and darker, yet Thor himself got wackier and wackier.
Especially with Ragnarok.
Ragnarok. And in that scene in the Thanos movie, Infinity War, I legit forgot the name, kind of explain, a lot of bad shit's happened to me. This is the only way I can cope with it.
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm Thor. I have to be. Yeah. Because they told me I was supposed to be.
Yeah, and so
fate said I have to be.
Yeah, that was great. I really enjoyed that.
Also because it was a scene with him and Rocket.
Yeah.
Which I did not see coming. And it worked really well. Rocket's like, all right, I guess I got to be the captain. I guess I have to be like an emotional support guy.
They killed off all the Guardians except for Rocket. Yeah. I'm down with that. Yeah. At first when that happened, I was like, why Rocket? But now thinking about it, like, oh, they've been building up Rocket as like his own character for so long, like these movies.
Yeah. They gave him like a off camera origin story in 1.
Yeah, and well, Guardians 2, like,
oh yeah, they do more with him in 2.
Yeah,
right.
even more in 2, like,
with him and Yondu talking. And God, I miss Yondu so bad.
Man, that would have been too much.
But I love Yondu so much.
No, I understand. Mary Poppins is the best character in Marvel. Is absolutely the best.
You got that cool ass blue skin and that sick mohawk.
You think we're gonna see Howard the Duck in the second one?
Okay, I want to talk about that. When they showed the Collector, I'm like, is Howard the Duck gonna come out in the Collector room and fight?
No.
I thought that because I was like, wait a minute, the tanks are broken. Did he escape and he's gonna help fight with them?
Maybe.
And I was like, wait, they're making How the Duck comics right now.
And apparently it's really good.
They're pretty good.
I haven't read them.
I like them.
Okay, they're good? Okay.
They're interesting.
I'll check them out.
The Howard the Duck movie, I would recommend you watch I
know I need to.
Because it's so... Duck titties in that movie.
Yeah, I know. I know about the Duck movie.
George Lucas worked on that shit. He made a movie
We talk
happen.
about this all the time.
It's a legendarily weird, bad movie.
I will say, did you hear about the Blue Man in the collector's room?
No.
Okay.
In Guardians 1 or in this movie?
No, in this movie.
No, I haven't seen that.
So in the collector's room, apparently, Marvel got the rights from whoever owns Arrested Development. And they put the Blue Man in the collector's room. I swear this isn't like...
What?
He's there.
For who?
He's in a tube.
But who is that for?
For me and you, maybe.
What the fuck? That's such a weird thing to buy rights for. Okay.
But they put him in... He's literally in a tube for like a second. He's just there in a tube.
That's fucking wacky.
Yeah. Yeah. God, what else? That's the thing about this movie is like, what else happened? Because there's so much. It's hard to like... I need to see it again.
I want to talk about... I'm going to be the nitpick guy. I hate Spider-Man's Iron Spider suit.
Oh, man.
I hate the new design. It's terrible.
I know what you mean.
Because you know original Iron Spider suit.
No, yeah.
It's one of my favorite Spider-Man suits ever.
No,
I was happy when they revealed that he does have the extra legs.
Yeah.
Because like, oh, thank God.
Although he said, what are those?
Not because of the meme, though. It was literally him going, what are those?
Okay, maybe. I don't know. That's not how I took it, which is fine.
If it is, then that makes it way worse, but I don't think it was worth it.
Yeah, okay, fine.
It was legitimate bewilderment, not like a shouting thing.
Okay. Anyways.
But I hate like all the extra gold off of his... It's too much.
It's a little shiny and...
No, it's not the shininess. It's the fact that it's like too many lines running across his body. It's too much with the gold.
Yeah, okay.
It's too much. I don't like that design. I do like Iron Man's new design though.
Me too.
And that they redid the Hulkbuster, which I didn't think they would redo.
It's a whole new. I don't even want to talk about anything Hulk related because that just upsets me.
The CG with him and Hulkbuster is pretty bad.
Oh, okay. So CG.
It's weird.
Okay, I want to talk about the CG.
It's so gorgeous, except for like in a couple small parts.
So the opening scene, best CG I've like seen in a movie in a long time.
Oh, how when they go to space. And
everything
they show the
about
outside?
that opening scene is gorgeous.
Yeah,
super gorgeous.
Well, Thanos is like perfect. How he looks.
Okay,
except for the one time he holds up Iron Man.
He looks like a thumb. Still, like I'll say.
Well, they do a joke with that. They make fun of it.
Yeah, all the jokes about like how silly he looks, like design wise, totally valid.
Because that's what he always looks like. They can't have him not look stupid.
But the CG is on point.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
His facial expressions are.
You
perfect.
forget he's CG.
Yeah,
which is a really good thing. It's hard to do.
He cries well. It's hard to make Thanos cry well.
Yeah, this big purple man.
They did it.
Also, I approve of them not giving him the helmet. In this movie, because I think it wouldn't.
That's what makes him look like a thumb. Is the
lack
of helmet
in 3D? Like it looks a little weird. Some guy.
It would be hard, I think, to put the helmet on. Yeah, I agree.
They gave him it in Guardians 1.
Yeah,
and he took it off because I guess he got too sweaty.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh yeah, it's the CG. It's great at the beginning, and then when it comes to the Squidward guy, I can't remember the name.
Oh, he looks pretty. He looks
that
good.
Order. No,
he looks good.
I disagree.
In New York, a couple shots look a little weird.
Yeah, there's a lot of parts in this movie that like
they're not terrible, but there's like a little just.
It almost felt like they like spent so much time on like the important parts, which that's probably what happened, and then hit a deadline where they're like, oh,
some parts they couldn't just clean enough.
Because
I bet you like if everything was that level, it wouldn't stand out because the good parts are so good. Like
maybe
the parts that have flaws that are not gigantic, but they're there. Yeah. They stand out so much more.
Yeah,
like when Thanos holds up fucking Iron Man by the throat.
Yeah,
it looks like CG.
Yeah,
but only for that like 2-second shot, and when they cut, it's fine. It's just a little weird.
Yeah, and anytime it happened, I noticed it. So it was a little frustrating.
But it's not like it doesn't ruin the movie at all.
No,
at all.
Not at all. Okay. I think I'll ask the question. Where do you rank this in all the Marvel movies? There's 19 of these now, I think.
Fucking, I guess, like in the top 10.
Okay.
There's what's a lot of Marvel movies.
What's your favorite? Huh?
There's a lot of Marvel movies.
This hasn't changed like your favorite then?
No, my favorite's Iron Man 1.
Okay. Is it
not even a contest?
This isn't close to that?
No, it's not. Because it's too new and it's too not a movie.
Yeah, see?
Not an insult. It's like it's such a weird. It's so funny. I was watching Avengers part of it with my family last night because it was on TV.
Yeah.
And I was like, people thought this movie was gonna be like a clusterfuck.
Yeah.
There's like 5 characters in it. It was gonna be a fucking mess.
Safe.
And you see all of them together, and it's like it's so nothing compared to this new movie. There's like 40 characters in it. It's crazy. It's up there. It's in the better Marvel movies for sure.
As of now, I will say this is my favorite one because of it. One, it surprised me in it. Not necessarily like I could get over the snap surprise. What surprised me the most is how it was directed, shot, and then how it made me feel and how it made the collective audience feel.
They did a good job at making Marvel dark.
It did it did it
not dark, but darker.
It did it dark in such a way that I don't think I can't. It's hard to, for a movie like this, it's hard for me to remember another movie like this that had
like a big blockbuster,
a jump. Blockbuster's not even. It's hard to,
yeah, because it's its own thing.
It's its own thing, and so it's such a,
because people are invested. Well, most of them are because they've watched all these fucking movies. There's 19 of them.
Like I've said forever, is we are all collectively in Western society trapped in the basement of Marvel, and we can't leave.
And Star Wars,
and just Disney in general.
At least one of them I care about, kind of. The other one I can just let go, and I can live my life.
What's Han Solo the movie?
I'm Han Solo.
If that song's not in that movie, like at the credits.
If it isn't, then I'll go watch that movie.
All right.
Oh. If it's in there, the full thing has to be the full song.
The full song.
I will go watch it.
I hope there's a reference to it, because
they better dance, do the whole song and dance. That's how they beat the villain. Like it's a musical.
So yeah, I think this might, as of now, this is my favorite, in the sense that, because I think I've been thinking about like these movies a lot. Spider-Man, and it pains me to say this, I don't think is as good as I thought it was.
It's the action that lets it down. The action is lackluster.
The action
for Spider-Man, it's lackluster.
I think they picked just the wrong villain.
No, they didn't. The villain's the best part about this movie.
Homecoming.
They picked the right one. What would you want? Fucking Shocker? Who did you want for a small
I don't
Spider-Man
know.
movie?
I don't know. I don't know.
Is it? Do you think it's more just preference than quality for Spider-Man's villain?
There's something
because he's a good villain, but he's just not what you wanted for that story.
I don't know. Something about it.
Because Vulture's a good villain in that movie.
I guess something about it just felt.
Because it sounds like it's just preference, which I get it. It's preference. I don't look. No, dude, trust me. I don't even like Vulture that much.
I'll say this. I'll say Homecoming doesn't feel as unique as I thought it did when I first watched it.
Sure. I'm the same way, but I still like it a whole
Even
bunch.
the villain, I think, was a little. And I'll say I won't say he's bad. It just felt more of the same.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iron Man 1 still feels like a good standalone movie.
45 minutes of that opening 45 minutes are the best Marvel's ever filmed.
Yeah, I think the first Iron Man is
so good.
I think it's the best film, like in the sense that like you can.
But then like the villain in that movie sucks.
Yeah.
Like the last 20 minutes are like just like this is beyond fast.
Yeah. But that movie is the most like
the highest.
Even the way it's shot in
the highest highs of like just pure filmmaking.
It feels like a movie.
Yeah.
I'll say what else? What else do I like a lot? The first Avengers I like a lot. So
pretty good.
Man, I want to figure out why everyone loves Winter Soldier so much. I've seen that movie so many times.
I think it's overrated, but I like it.
Everyone keeps saying it's the best movie. Like I've been watching a lot of reviews.
It's up there for me.
Everyone keeps saying it's like this movie, like it still doesn't beat Winter Soldier. It's like I don't get it.
It's because it gives me characters that I didn't enjoy. It gives them time to just focus on them.
Yeah.
And they actually have really good fight scenes.
Yeah.
Because not controversial opinion, Marvel fight scenes aren't that great.
No.
They're kind of messy.
Yeah.
But when they limit them to just one-on-one hand-to-hand combat, like the fight with Winter Soldier and Captain America where he's like throwing the knife and flipping it in midair, that shit's awesome.
Yeah, one-on-one combat is the first thing.
And that movie, a lot of it is that, and it works really well. It's exciting.
Yeah.
There's stakes to the fighting. Like it feels good.
Yeah. No, I think I don't know. Right now, it might change, but right now, I think this is my favorite Marvel movie because of how different it is and how not a movie it is.
This movie's a pretty big risk.
Because I mean, if you listen to the podcast, I have a weird sense of like what are my favorite things and why I like what I like, in the weird stuff. And so this one fits that kind of mold of the things that I like.
Yeah. It does what you want.
It coats my brain in such a way that like.
I like the term "coats your brain." It's pretty good.
Yeah. It
dips your brain in that endorphin sauce.
It really does. Real good. Didn't work as well because I don't have compression on yet. It'll sound better in post.
It'll sound grosser in post.
Yeah. Well, subjective.
You'll sound like Venom.
Same thing. Okay. Anyway,
1 minute because I have to go.
1 minute. 1 minute. Venom
looks bad.
All right.
Venom CG looks pretty good. Movie looks pretty bad. Second thing. You fucking degenerates. I'm so tired of all of you wanting to fuck Venom. I'm so tired of hearing about it. I'm so tired.
Tom Hardy, though.
No, not Tom Hardy.
Oh.
Venom.
Oh.
I'm so tired.
Okay.
Because I dealt with Pennywise last year. I'm so tired.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, we're going to get another of that. Oh, okay.
Please. It's the tongue.
Yeah.
And sure, I kind of get it. I'm so tired of you fucking degenerates. Let me sleep, please.
I'm excited for this movie. It's gonna be hard for. I'll say Tom Hardy is an actor. It's hard. No, it's hard for him.
When he's in bad movies, he makes the movies watchable.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for. This is gonna be a hard movie to say. Man, I didn't enjoy it. It's gonna be enjoyable, and
it'll have problems at worst.
Yeah, there'll be plot holes.
But
probably.
I'm not excited at all.
All right, I am.
Venom looks great, but I'm not excited.
All right, bye guys.
Bye.